I love that he has his own motivation. He's not simply an evildoer. The music, the coloration, everything's coming together.
You are prepared.
Chills. On my World of Warcraft cinematic journey, there's one character who's been particularly intriguing to me called Illidan. And today, I believe we're going to learn more about Illidan and his backstory. If you enjoy our time together, please consider watching some of the other videos we've covered on this channel, including our World of Warcraft cinematic journey. Lore Masters, join me in battle once again, because it's time for Illidan. Okay.
You were not prepared.
He said it! Yes. Harbingers Illidan. So this is his people, man. Everybody's blindfolded.
The enemy came into our world.
He looks so
Their only
cool.
desire to extinguish all life.
The
They
voice acting.
slaughtered our loved ones.
Amazing.
They razed our homes, our cities, and our sacred places.
Man, you can feel the
You
pain in
tried
his
to
voice.
stop them, and you failed.
Whoa.
And so you came to me. Nothing remaining of you but rage and determination.
I love the coloration.
The things that once tormented you could give you power.
Yes.
Now you see that there is no sacrifice too great if it brings an end to the burning legion.
Yes. I love the opposite coloration. Her rage was orange, and we have this
Lord
cool
Illidan.
green.
Demonic energies course through our veins. They gnaw at our every thought. What makes us any different from the monsters we fight?
Ooh.
You question the master.
Boy, she's got balls. I love it. The music. Wow.
We will not sit idly like those on Azeroth,
Yes.
waiting to become the demon's prey.
The music.
We'll take this war to the Legion's worlds and prey upon them.
Yes. Yes. I love the motivation of the character, the music, the coloration. Everything's coming together so strong, so powerful. Oh, he's not playing around. This is, look at that image.
Demon hunters, you dare attack the Doom Lord Asgarth in his own domain?
What a shot. I love that he has his own motivation. He's not simply an evildoer. Look at that shot. That was so good. He's his own man still.
Your mission has failed. Your cause dies with them.
No. Yes. No. The music is so good. It's so.
More of demon than hunter. You would serve us well.
No.
Never.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. It's such a good image. Iconic. Iconic image.
You wish to know the difference between the demons and us.
So cool.
They will stop at nothing to destroy our world.
Yes.
And we will sacrifice everything to save it.
Yes.
The Legion will know of this victory, and they will fear you, my Illidari.
Illidan.
Now, you are prepared.
Yeah, he said it. Yes. Wow. Kingdoms will burn. That was awesome. That was so good. That is not what I expected at all. I expected like a tragic backstory or something. That was cool. Dude, he's not the guy that a lot of us, I feel, thought he was. This image is so iconic and I absolutely love it. And I want to hear what you guys think as well. Like I said, if you're enjoying our time together, please make sure to subscribe and join the community. Hop in our Discord, man. We have a teeming community of World of Warcraft in our Discord, Final Fantasy, Genshin, it's all in there. And we recently also launched memberships on this channel. We're super excited, and look at the different tiers. If you hit join, you can see what those are all about, and you can actually choose the videos I react to at the Dragoon tier. So we have Warrior, Knight, and Dragoon. It's all very exciting. Check it out. Very pumped about it. So let's get into it. I need to break this down, man. I love this cinematic. It was so well done. So well done. Yeah, he's awesome. I love, first of all, how the whole thing, it's like narrated by Illidan, in a way that it feels almost like a story time. You'll notice I didn't interject as much this time because he was talking almost the entire video. It really had this feeling of like, I'm sitting down and I'm ready. I'm ready to listen to a nice story. It's awesome. It's almost like he's narrating it.
Not prepared.
So the first thing I talked about right away, he says, "You are not prepared," which is so cool because it's a callback to one of the original cinematics we watched for Warcraft. And that's awesome to see. That's awesome to see. I do have to catch up on chat. Yeah, I'm quite behind. But this is great. And I talked about the coloration pretty early. I love this is an example of a complementary harmony, is what we call it in color theory, and the chromatic circle. So what we have here is we have this beautiful rich green. It's actually pretty similar to my background that I've chosen for the same reasons, the complementary colors. So look at this. It's beautiful, but also kind of, we've been conditioned to treat it as deadly in World of Warcraft. It traditionally has been associated with the villains and the bad guys of World of Warcraft. This kind of fell magic green, this Legion green. And then in this flashback, we see this kind of, passionate reds and oranges, which is cool. It's very complimentary. Also, let's talk about this transition right here. Come on. So good. It was so good. Look at this.
Life. They slaughtered our loved ones.
And look at that. Like, it's so cool because when you think about, revenge and trauma, this person has experienced this like horrible moment into their family getting destroyed by the enemy. So what's cool is like, literally and figuratively, she's been able to silence her emotions to find resolve, to find a way to get revenge, right? So check this out. Figuratively, she's kind of silencing her emotions, but also literally, her eyes are gone.
Our loved ones.
So isn't that cool? It's kind of like that's what I got from her, kind of like almost like metaphorically, she's had to close her eyes to what she saw. The last thing she saw was this horrific act against her family. And, she's decided to move on by literally destroying her eyes. And there's this like, what an image of this. It's such an abstract and like strange image. Not only are they otherworldly in their physicality, they have long ears like Aaliyah. They have horns, right? They're not how we look exactly, and they're blindfolded. So it's automatically just an abstract, kind of like provocative, strange image in that way. But then, like I said, literally they've lost their eyes, and we have this, very opposite color harmony going on here. It's just so different. It's so stark to where they are now. And also, like I said, reds and oranges are traditionally associated in color theory with passion, with anger. And then what happens is we kind of find calm in the more calming colors. So it's just like, we're 30 seconds into the video and there's this awesome color theory going on, on top of the awesome animation and narration.
They razed
So let's
our
continue.
homes, our cities, and our sacred places.
So awesome.
You tried to stop them, and you failed.
And you failed. Yeah, again, I'm looking at chat, like a lot of people are like, Illidan is a good guy. Illidan is a good guy. And it's he's certainly doesn't seem like a pure evil fellow. You know, he has his own motivations, and he kind of is, you know, sacrificing himself in a way and his people to gain a power to save the world. So it's kind of cool. It's just like a difference of perspective, which I really like.
And so you came.
You get to choose your blindfold or have the glowing eyes still? Really, Blackburn? That's so cool. Yeah, the thematic presentation of monsters versus monsters. Yeah, that's a great point. Monster versus monster. Also, the classic quote. I believe it's actually by Nietzsche, by the philosopher Nietzsche, Friedrich Nietzsche, and it's also very prevalent in Berserk. If anyone loves Berserk like me and Aaliyah love it. And it's essentially, you know, to become. Is this Nietzsche? I might be conflating two different quotes, but it's you know, when you stare into the abyss, it stares back at you, and also sometimes to fight monsters, you have to become one yourself. I feel like as I'm saying that though, I'm saying the wrong person, attributing the wrong person there. But again, what a cool image. What a cool image. And it's sort of interesting because when we traditionally talk about, you know, kind of like demons, we usually have this color scheme. So it's kind of cool that in this sense we've reversed it, and now it's like green is the color of the demons, and this is like, you know, kind of reversed in that way. It's like they weren't demons back then, but it's like fiery and intense like that. Berserk is the best. Yeah, Berserk is textbook anti-hero. Yeah, I really like his identity as an anti-hero.
But rage and determination. And
oh, so okay, she actually destroyed her own eyes in this.
and you
That's crazy. So she destroyed.
learned that the things that once tormented you could give you power.
I really like this image. This is definitely one of the stronger images here too, because we have here, again, it's like sort of not the silencing, but sort of the containment of passion and rage. Like this is our moment in the reds and the passionate colors on the screen, and then what happens is these guys, look at them. They're not angry. They're just kind of like in control. So it's almost like you've taken all those emotions and internalized them, so you can use them for revenge. It's kind of cool.
Give you power. Now you see.
But I also love how they chose this character. And I'm going to ask you guys, is this a named character? Is this a character that appears in the story? Because I feel like it's almost meant to be us as the player. Right? Feels like it's almost meant to be us. But my point was going to be, I love how they chose her as the sort of viewpoint character of this entire thing. At the end, it's her view. And we'll get into that sort of how they use the camera to voice that. It's actually her perspective that we see Illidan, which is awesome.
That there is no sacrifice too great if it brings an end to the burning legion.
Also just great. Like he says, there's no sacrifice too great. And you see just hordes, no pun intended, hordes of people in the background. Oh, her name is Corvas. She's an NPC. That's awesome that she's in the game. I really like that they do that.
Legion.
Yeah.
But Lord Illidan, demonic energies course through our veins.
Really love the voices too. I love how they sound a little off, which is really cool too.
They gnaw at our every thought. What makes us any different from the monsters we fight?
You question the master.
I love that shot of him too, where he it's really cool and it's really telling about his character. The guy says, "You dare question the master." And then look at his response. He actually smiles. So on the one hand, my initial reaction is like, oh, is he going to punish her? Is he going to attack her or something? But I think what this voice is about his character, tell me if I'm wrong, it seems to be like, he likes people that question. They want to not just follow blindly, because he appears to be very much that himself. You know, he's not just like, yeah, whatever, we're going to just do the thing. And so he seems like he's a really deeply motivated character, and he has his own reasons for doing everything. Such a cool shot. Such a cool shot. And of course the sound design is on point. And what's also cool about this is this trailer has a very like Hollywood music score. And I say that as a compliment, like in a very, sort of traditionally epic way. It plays out sort of voicing the ups and downs of the fight scene as it's happening and everything. But I like that it kind of goes from foreboding at the beginning like this to later on in the trailer or later on in the cinematic. It's kind of like, it's almost heroic. Like you guys called him an anti-hero, right? That's kind of cool if you pay attention. Absolutely right. You guys say, okay, so maybe I am right about that. And again, his voice is, I have celebrated pretty much all the voice acting in World of Warcraft. It's all amazing. But this particular one has, Liam is fantastic if you guys don't know him. What's really cool to me is the first experience I had with Liam O'Brien was actually Final Fantasy 13. He voices the villain in 13-2, and it's a very similar sort of vocal texture to this character, Illidan. So this brought back memories for me. He sounds like Caius from Final Fantasy.
We will not sit.
This is another image that stood out to me. It's just awesome. It's you know, when you talk about peak character design, I mean, look at this guy. It's just such a cool silhouette, which we talked about character design in the past. Like the silhouette is really important for character design. And I mean, look at this guy. He's so recognizable. His colors are recognizable, everything about him. And he's also like the most powerful guy, kind of like in this order of his people. He looks so different.
Idly like those on Azeroth, waiting to become the demon's prey.
He's so cool.
We will take this war to the Legion's worlds and prey upon them.
I love it. And even she kind of like realizes she's not going to get in trouble. Like, yeah, this is great. This is awesome. Yeah, what are his tattoos? Like, what are they? Are they actually like a magical thing? Is there lore to his tattoos? I'd be surprised if there wasn't at this point. Really nice establishing shot here. We start kind of en medias res, as we say at the beginning. This is a moment of respite in the this is a bit of a longer one too. This is 4.5 minutes, so it's nice that we get a setting change and we get this kind of moment. And it's cool. You see, okay, this is where they're going to attack. Just snipes him. Yeah, this was the other image where I was just like, oh man, it's so cool. And it's similarly cool too because I've never seen Illidan like surrounded by his people like this. This is very awesome to see. Obviously his weapons are iconic as well, but I have a question about his wings for the lore masters. Why does he have wings and the other guys don't? Is that just a sign of like his specific rank? Is that a sign of his power level and stuff? So it's pretty cool. Anyways, let's look. Yeah, and again, if we're gonna cover, if the videos coming up are gonna teach me a lot of stuff that I'm asking, you know, feel free to just let me experience it in the coming minutes here as we react and watch these.
Demon hunters.
Great voice.
Dare attack the Doom Lord Asgoth in his own domain.
So there's another sort of narrative advantage to having the perspective be from this woman. I just forgot her name. You guys said it like 10 minutes ago in chat. There's another advantage too, is that, you know, it brings a bit of drama to the action here. Whereas, you know, we know, and you guys who played for years would especially know Illidan as like a very powerful character. But even to me, like, again, just his physicality, he's huge. He's got wings. He's a monster. It's almost like I don't think he's losing this battle. Like it's literally called Illidan. There's no way he loses. But it brings a level of drama. It's a really good choice by the director here to have it so it's from her perspective, and she's physically not built like him, and she clearly is like under him in rank. So, you know, there's definitely a danger to her that isn't there for Illidan. Can we just talk about this in a couple ways? Number one, listen to the sound design. It's juicy. It's so well done. And number two, look at the image. This is an example. As we said, earlier, this is not a complementary harmony. This is an analogous harmony. So we have very similar colors. The whole image is green. Literally the entire thing. There's a little bit of brown here, but it's brown with a lot of green in it. His wings are a darker green. We have this crazy glow of the green, but it's just in your face. And it's cool because there was a lot of, again, orange in the previous shots when they were going to attack the stronghold, and then it's just an explosion of green in your face. Awesome. And like, what is this eye ability he has? That was a whole other can of worms to open up. Yeah, he really got clipped right there. He really got clipped.
Your mission has failed. Your cause dies with them.
Oof. Yeah, again, the physicality. This is a very like well-designed character. This demon lord, he's terrifying, right? Like even compared to Illidan, he's humongous. He's dangerous, he's disgusting. And look at this shot. The physicality. It reminds me of Princess Leia with Jabba the Hutt, right? He's this humongous monster. And it's like, how is she going to defeat this guy? And eventually she, like, you know, cleverly destroys this guy in a way that, like, is really satisfying to the viewer, right? But I also love that, you know, Illidan is not, he's not infallible, he's not invincible. He just took a huge hit from this guy. So I love that they're not just having kind of like throwaway villains that he's here to fight. And it's a really interesting question. How do you, like, who do you make the bad guy against an anti-hero in this way, who was kind of a bad guy himself in the story of World of Warcraft? You got to give him a real crazy villain to fight, right? But it's kind of interesting because also, like, this sort of like the psychology of storytelling. You need the bad guy, who the bad guy is fighting, to be really evil. Like, you need this guy to be like literally zero redeeming qualities. So it's really clever how they made this guy just an absolute monster. Like, there's no, like, you know, Illidan is cool, he has his motivations. A lot of people would argue his motivations are just. This guy's just disgusting, right? So that was really clever to do that.
You would serve us well.
He's just gross.
Never.
Yeah, and I also love that they give her character an opportunity to be like, never. I thought that was really cool, even though she's not gonna like be the one who destroys him at this moment. Yeah, that's another shot. That's just, it's just oozing with character, you know. It's just oozing with character, and I love it, and personality. I mean, look at this. And then he stands up. Iconic silhouette, man. His weapons are so cool too. What do we call these weapons? Is there a name for them specifically? It's so awesome.
You wish to know the difference between the demons and us. They will.
Great shot. One of the things that all of these kind of like animatic animations have had has been these really nice expression painting. Just really, really well done. Like, look at this transition, you know, with the use of only a couple key frames here.
And us.
It's like, you want to know the difference? And she goes from kind of like dejected, maybe feeling like she failed, you know, she almost got destroyed. She's already sacrificed herself, and she's still having to fight these big monsters, and is still getting like attacked and injured and everything. It's got to be a very hard road to go down, but I love this. Look at her eyebrows even. There's this moment of hope and also belief in Illidan. It's just like, what is it? That look up, and it's so cool. Like the dynamic personality shift there, or emotional shift.
Destroy our world.
And we will sacrifice everything to save it.
Yeah, and then that becomes, at the beginning, you know, she was questioning, what are we doing? You know, are we any better than these people? And it's like, she's like reclaiming and kind of like realizing again her sort of purpose and you know, taking hold of it, and it's awesome. And what's also really important here is the music. Listen.
And we will sacrifice everything to save it.
The music ramping up. And I love that. It's like, that's dang right we are. Gives her a weapon, and it's kind of like, you know, he's an anti-hero. He's real intense. He doesn't seem like a very cuddly fellow. He's probably not going to praise her that much and be like, yeah, everything's going to be okay, you know? Just keep at it. No, he's not going to say all that. But what he is going to do is be like a physical, you know, representation of all that. It's just like, that's right. I know, that's right. That's what my soldiers would say. Here's your weapon. Let's go do that. Let's go do that right now. I love it. And it's cool because it's just like, you know, there's a lot of ways in storytelling, particularly visual storytelling, that you can say all those things. Like, he just said all that without saying anything. And that's what I love about it.
The Legion will know of this.
The music. Let's focus on the music on this next couple seconds. Like, it is so cool because it's sinister, but it has the sense of calling to the ranks, calling to us. Like, okay, but this is kind of a bad guy in World of Warcraft, but, you know, so we have to paint him as a villain, but also it's like, you know, you're on his side, right? It's an interesting thing because you kind of want him to succeed. The music's ramping up.
Will know of this victory,
the music, the
and
image.
They will fear you, my Illidari.
So awesome.
Now, you are prepared.
Chills. Oh man, I could watch that over and over. And I love that too, because can somebody help me out in the chat? What is the time difference in years that has transpired between this? Between, what was it, Burning Crusade and this? I mean, we're talking years, right? So you just got an emotional payoff and like a nostalgic payoff because it's been that long from him saying, you are not prepared. This is at the end of his old trailer. And now the fact that we've come full circle is just so cool, man. It's just so great. And that's the, I think personally, a lot of people would say, it's fan service, it's this and that and everything. 8 years, says Hyrelia in chat. 8 years, around 8 to 10 years, you guys are saying, yeah. I think it's a perfect walking the line of sort of good, rewarding, meaningful fan service. And again, fan service is not a negative term. Some people would use it like that. And I think, you know, there's certainly things that do have negative fan service when you go too far, and it's just like the whole thing is almost like cheapened. And this is not that. This is like a meaningful way to give back to the fans while progressing the story, while deepening this character. And I think it's great. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. If you wanted to spend more time together, we're literally streaming live right now. So this is a clip from the live stream. If you want to chat live, make sure to throw on notifications so you know when the next stream is. And also join our Discord. Like I said, we get an awesome community of World of Warcraft fans, World of Warcraft section in there, and it's just been so much fun seeing everybody get to know each other and just to be able to host like a positive environment to celebrate this game. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, like I said, memberships have launched. Guys, if you want to choose the videos that I'm gonna react to on future live streams, on the Dragoon tier of memberships, you get to choose videos during those segments for me to react to. It's gonna be so much fun. And thank you, everybody. Have a lovely day.